I am happy to see organizations like HSF take it seriously of how do we assess a student's potential, and then how do we match that with the resources they need to fully succeed.
With the Latino population growing so fast, it's imperative that we help in any way we can Latinos become college graduates, and HSF is on the forefront of doing just that.
Welcome to the Time Warner Center. We're really pleased to have the second annual meeting for the Hispanic Scholarship Fund here this year.
We want to do this every year, so we get to share the highlights for our investors.
Organizations like HSF play a vital role in ensuring that our young people are pursuing careers and industries that are in demand that will ensure the economic vitality of our nation.
One of the biggest things that we focus on right now is the issue of undermatching. Talented, bright students who can get into selective schools aren't applying.
You have the grades or the SAT scores for a Harvard, but you only apply to the community college in your neighborhood or your state school. When we think about students who come from a certain type of family or a certain type of neighborhood, we automatically label them as X, right? Whatever that X is. They're going to have trouble in college. They're going to have trouble adjusting to this. I want students to apply high. I want students to apply to schools that they consider reaches. I want students to realize, because to me, when you get into that reach school, you realize that that's your safety. My research looks at what happens when those students get to campus. And so sociologists and other people have talked about culture shock, right? This feeling of like, well, I come from this particular place and it is drastically different from what I'm seeing right here.
One of the first things that they should do is know that it's going to be okay. There's help for them at HSF and at other organizations. There's a path and there's a way.
I've been pleasantly surprised and excited about the level of enthusiasm that we received across the country. Last year at this time, we were actually talking about how we were going to launch our scholarship application in January. 123,000 students applied. Last year, we had 222,000 MyHSF user accounts. We now have 554,000. That kind of demand requires us to raise more money to give more scholarships.
We're looking for raw talent that we can develop, and beginning as early as freshman year.
It's critical to ensure that the Latino community has the right preparation to go on and to be part of your workforce.
So we really try to fill those gaps. And this is the first year we had such intense coaching from acceptance into the program to throughout the summer. And we're pleased that there were some immediate results.
Who enters school prepared for the unwritten rules and the unset expectations? How do we get students to not only gain those skills while in college, but then also use the opportunity to apply for programs like SEL so they can get into positions like at Time Warner, at Goldman?
The advice that I have for students that are dreaming about going to college is to know that it's possible. If they're aiming for the top, they can get there.
These kids were amazing, unbelievable. They were bright, talented, and capable of anything. They just didn't know how far they should be shooting. They didn't know kind of what their ceiling was, right? And we told them, you don't have one.
The ability to define your own narrative, to define your life story once you come of age is incredibly important.
The future is in your hands. And when you graduate, if you're part of the Hispanic Scholarship Fund Familia, you truly are part of a community of achievers that will be with you to support you for the rest of your life.